Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Last time, Wyll and Grace finally got to stand side by side once again. And having taken out the two bugbears that were hanging up on this shelf here, we are now in a position to start fighting against the remaining bugbear and the ogre. So we're going to want to do this as swiftly as possible. We have our two invisible friends down there. And having seen just how much food there is in this geographical area, I'm quite happy kind of going nuclear here and then scavenging enough stuff for another long rest. So I think we're going to start with a hex against this guy. Let's put it on dex, that way the initiative roll is a dexterity check, so he might be very low in the turn order. Unfortunately, they did go first, but they were surprised, so that is hilarious. I don't want to think about why my eye is itching. Not heard that one before. Now we also want to probably hex here as well. We'll do that one for strength. Now, we're both in the order, but Wyll currently has his turn. And with this guy with 59 HP, I think we're just going to do a second level Scorching Ray, putting all of our projectiles into the ogre. If we can see over this wall, that could be a problem. There we go. So this will do 3 projectiles. Each projectile has a chance to hit, and each projectile that hits has a chance to, or will even, proc the hex that they are under. So there'll be a lot of d6 damage here. Let's pull out this thing just to see how well we do. So we get 2d6 for 8, 2d6 for 6, and 2d6 for 8 on our fire damage. That's basically averaging to 7s all over, which is what you would expect from 2d6. And then a 6, a 5, and a 2 from our necrotic damage thanks to Hex. Brings him down past almost 2/3 of his health. Very good going. We have 2 bonus actions, but nothing to spend them on. So we'll go back to the top of the order. Now, before we hit with Grace, we might as well get some licks in with our invisible friends. That has not even pulled the bugbear behind us into the fight yet. That's good to know. Alright, now we're back to Grace. Grace is just going to Eldritch Blast from up here. Let's turn off Repelling Blast. I don't want him to be pushed outside of this circle, because then we could have trouble hitting him with Wyll on the next turn. Ogre gonna go after our minions, I'm sure. That is absolutely fine, because now Wyll can follow up with his own Eldritch Blast. Simple stuff. Oh, we crit. Now, if we get Wyll and Grace sneaking here, we will grab ourselves another Quasit. Then you know the story by now. They get invisible. Now, if this guy is too far away for us to hit, we can just kind of kite him over with our familiars, keeping ourselves out of danger.
Time to press ahead.
Alright, someone was seen. I thought they were invisible. But in any case, as I just alluded to, bugbear coming towards us is going to work in our advantage. Grace is rolled into the initiative. Let's just get a strike in with Wyll before he pulls into the initiative. Very nice. Then we have an invisible imp that we can get an attack in with as well. Right, where are we formally in the order? Quasit. Back to the top with Wyll once again. I could hex here, but it's a bit redundant. With 1 HP remaining and so many targets, we're going to be just fine. He can attack one of our expendables. Grace, in on the action. And between us, eventually, they will fall. 11 from the Quasit there. Really sticking it to the man. Alright, so, with that done, this area should now generally be safe. There is a small fight behind the main front door if we were to try and use it. But otherwise, everything, I think, is just fine. So, there is going to be a substantial amount of looting to be done through the many corpses that we have left. Because as we've gone, the imps and the Quasit cannot pick stuff up. So how's our inventory space doing? Not great. But we can go around. I'm primarily looking for potions and cash, really. I'm not expecting to see anything greater. So I'll do a quick looting run and let you know what we find. So I was going around collecting stuff, stealing stuff, I suppose, and Volo has not been very happy about it, so he has rolled initiative against us, which seems like a terrible plan for him, but nonetheless, I guess he's going to have to die, which is a shame for him, but that is his decision. I guess I could have tried making conversation with him before going around looting everything, but that's how he decided things were to be this run. Volo's ersatz eye. While the ersatz eye is embedded in your eye socket, you can see through the tiny orb as though it were a normal eye. It can't be removed once inserted. A hollow bead of white glass carefully painted to resemble a realistic eye, tarnished brass fittings hum with a tinge of magic. Now, are you actually going to let me loot those? Did that work? No. It's probably because we had the Conjured Imp selected, perhaps? But now Wyll has an ersatz eye, a potion of invisibility. Can we see what else we've got? We've got a few scrolls, a bit of cash, a couple of healing potions, all the typical stuff you would expect. There was just a few others to pick through the corpses of. I'm not expecting anything particularly incredible. I'll take a cage key and a fire bottle.
Just a peek.
I've got all this food facilitating our long rests. Grilled whole chicken. Alright, I'll keep picking through stuff and catch up with you at the end. Just along this kind of right-hand side of camp. Which way is north these days? Can't tell, but there was this area where this guy was singing to himself and we quietly took him out. Just here there is a wooden chest. So let's pick that. See if there's anything particularly good hiding here in the supplies. We will get some guidance. Very nice. Our survey says just some cash. So among other bits we have found, the biggest thing worth shouting about is Crusher's ring. Though caked with mud and grime, the ring smells faintly of lavender, remarkable considering where it's been. And it offers a movement speed of +10, which is great. Now, I think we're probably going to give that to Wyll, because Wyll is the one who is more proficient with a melee weapon. so he's more likely to run in and actually attack somebody with it and want to move around the battlefield. So we'll equip Wyll with that. If you were looking for that in your own campaign, this guy stood just here in this kind of shrine. It's called Crusher, Novice of the Absolute. That's where we took that ring from. Otherwise, I think I've picked through most everybody. I've probably missed 1 or 2 corpses, but not enough that I'm going to lose any sleep over anything. I've got some rotten eggs. I do not.
Keeping pace.
So, otherwise, the only other place that I really want to check out before we really head off is back up this side of things. Are we going to be able to walk to here? Is there a direction we can take, or is it literally just this ladder that we can't use because ladders are broken? Because if nobody can get up here, then that's going to be a problem.
And I'm off.
Grace isn't even going to try, apparently. But what I wanted to check out is there is this chest here. That if we are completely unable to climb up... Oh, we can get up from there. So we'll walk around the long way, and then we can hop up the rock face to get round. Alright, we got the party back upstairs. So we can climb up this short piece of cliff here, where these guys were sleeping.
Can't slow down.
Alright, we might have to jump up, but still, we should be able to traverse this bit here. There we go.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
So now we are up this piece of cliff where we couldn't get up this ladder here. So we can climb down, deal with this trap, and then see what that chest might have for us. Camera. Thank you. Also, what do you have, sir? A scroll of grease. Let's just... Can we shoot this trap? Does that work? No. That said... No, we have to perceive it first.
There's a trap.
We'll get some guidance here, of course. Who needs guidance? And here we are. This is locked. I don't suppose we have a key. So we'll pick that as well. Still with guidance active. We get there. Very nice. An amethyst ring worth 50 gold. It's a big chest for 1 ring, but I won't say no. There is a trader down in the Underdark that we might eventually be able to sell all this stuff off to. We shall see. And across this bridge, I don't think there is anything of particular interest to us. There's like a hatchet. Maybe this corpse? Some gold, some jewellery. A regular old hand axe. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much everything to be doing around these parts. I think there might be... Yeah, there's a chest over there. We certainly don't have the strength or flight capabilities of getting over to it with this current party. There's one there as well. Don't think I've ever collected those, so remains a mystery to me what's in those. If the rest of the... Oh god, what are we doing? Where are we? You're trying to use the ladder, aren't you? If the rest of the chests around here are anything to go by, it won't be anything too precious.
I've got a long road ahead.
So now we can jump down here. And then if Wyll wants to eventually catch back up, we can step inside the collapsed corridor. That is the whole party accounted for. And we can climb back on down the corridors on the side where we can get to the edge chamber that contains the passageway down to the Underdark. There is one other ogre down there. Might consider taking them out before we go, just kind of because we can. We've got spell slots remaining. We might as well spend them before taking a short rest or a long rest thereafter. So we'll pop through here. And it's this door that is still not technically one that we are allowed to access. Because last time we just snuck by the ogres that remained around here. Where is Wyll?
Where am I needed?
Where everybody else is? Where on earth are you? Nobody asked you to come up this ladder. At all. Ever. Wyll, what are you doing? Alright, well I'm gonna save and reload. 1 second. Alright, so I saved and I reloaded. Grace jumped over to this side of the room, somehow. And if we select Wyll, Wyll is just floating around in some non-existent space. Oh. Sure. That's... He can now walk through walls. That is what Wyll does now. So this one isn't hostile to us just yet. I'm sure we can change that pretty quickly, but we'll wait for them to turn around. And then we will dispatch them just to make coming and going a little bit easier, really, I think. Right, what do we want? Let's go with a Dissonant Whispers to start. Wow, 4 HP. That was not good. And I don't even think that shatter went off. Maybe I should have used a few more extra moments of preparation.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Alright, the shatter did not go off. Still, why not? And I guess we should bonus action... Okay, so bonus action applying Hex is not going to impact Shatter because Shatter is not an attack roll. And 6 damage from that. So 10 damage off 2 spell slots is woeful. But, you know, these things happen. Wyll is not currently in this fight yet. Where the hell is Wyll? Did I not see him walk through the wall earlier? What on earth is happening with Wyll? We're in some extra dimensional space under the map. And we've fallen down prone. Down there.
And I'm off.
What on earth are you doing, Wyll? Can we get down to, like, the spider cave? If we can get to the spider cave, we can get out. Just a reminder, guys. This game is still in early access. I really thought I saw Wyll in the room with Grace earlier. That's why I started the fight. I assumed we were all in one location. So while I normally wouldn't allow like 15 turns worth of movement outside of initiative,
Checking things out.
I'm just going to allow myself it right now because it's my game and I can do that if I want to. Alright, now Wyll is in the initiative. He's not anywhere useful in the initiative,
Survival is all that matters.
but he's here. Palmer is going to dash somewhere. Going to make me regret all of my life choices immediately. Ran right by our invisible closet. Let's try and scare them. No, of course, they're going to make every saving throw today. Okay. Wyll has no spell slots, but we can reapply Hex. Now, part of me is wondering if we should just run for the door, because if we get hit really badly now, it could turn the whole fight into a really deadly situation. Alright, that's a good start. Grace. They are currently hexed, so we're going to attack with our weapon because we're within proximity for Eldritch Blast to do worse, and we can bonus action attack twice with our extra bonus action. Incredible work. Right, we'll get in there with a sting. There's another 7 damage. Now, Grace could get hit quite badly here. Good grief. Palmer killed Grace. 32 bludgeoning damage. 4d8 plus 5 plus 5. I don't know why they get their strength modifier twice. Okay, that's a real bad time. You do that. Alright, you got me. I'm a little bit frightened. Wyll, do you have anything really useful in your inventory? We could pull out a Wyvern Poison here. If we really wanted to do 21 damage immediately, because the big fear is they're going to hit Grace again. And if they hit Grace again, Grace will die. So we could Wyvern Poison. Or, if we stabilize Grace, actually, where are we? Help Grace. Grace now has 1 hit point, and in the order
Stand in my way.
has 2 bonus actions. We are not concentrating on Hex with Grace any longer, though, which is partly a problem. So there's 2 damage. We missed that one. Wyll
This is my time.
step back slightly. Then the Conjured Imp can sting. Excellent shot. Right, that's all of us. Palmer hits Grace again, which we expected. But in the turn order, that is not such a problem, knowing that we can get her back up again. Go to turn-based mode, please, because I don't want my friend to die while I'm slow to act.
Blade at the ready.
help Grace back up. Alright, that was only slightly terrifying. So, with Grace back up, let's just spam a short rest. Grace... what? You cannot... Oh, we cannot rest while in turn-based mode. There we go. So we have some health. We have some of our spell slots back. We have a supply pack for a good long rest. And so all that remains to do is walk downstairs, get to the
2 steps at a time.
safety of...
No one
what's it
back home will
called?
ever believe this.
What's it called? What's it called? The Selenite Outpost? Is that it? And then once we're down there, we can long rest again safely. Ilmatar's Aid. Non-cantrip spells deal an additional 1d4 force damage whenever the wearer drops to half of their hit points or lower. Very interesting. I'll take this bottle of basic poison as well. I wonder if that would go 3 times with Wyll's... what's it called? Scorching Ray or not. Now, Wyll's going to be walking slowly because he's slightly encumbered, so I will jump us downstairs. Alright, as Wyll slowly creeps his way towards the teleportation circle, that is going to be it for today. We are alive, we have an opportunity to rest, so join me next time where I think, unless I decide to go and see the hag in the swamp, which I'm not super enthused about, although... It does occur to me, spoiler warning, the hag can take out one of your eyes in an attempt to get rid of the parasite in your head, which leaves you with disadvantage on ranged attacks because you only have one eye, you don't have any depth perception. But Volo's Erzat's eye might fix that, so that could be an interesting interaction to explore. But perhaps we'll do that next time, perhaps we won't. Other than that, thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying this series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.